This video we're looking at Nebraska, their spring game, and really just looking at Dylan Raiola. That's all anybody's going to be talking about. He's obviously the best quarterback on the field. There were some other dudes that made some plays and looked pretty good at times, but this dude was consistently really good. And for a guy that's supposed to be a senior in high school right now, unbelievable job in the spring game, and this guy's going to be an absolute freak. We're going to jump right in, just show you a couple clips that we thought they were pretty impressive. And right here on this one, just real quick RPO. And if you're just looking at this, you're thinking there's really not much to it, but just giving ground, getting the ball out as quick as he can, stepping back, knowing there's space there to get a completion, and then putting it in a spot right there for the guy to catch it and get some yards for you. So right there, it's not really a far throw, but just the accuracy, the athleticism right there with his upper body to be able to get the ball out and get in a spot where his guy can circle the defense and get a pretty good gain. So we saw a lot of other quarterbacks in this game throw the same thing, and maybe it's behind or low. Those guys had to make a play and reach. Right there's really athletic throw. You can see how flexible he is with his upper body and how strong he is. Just whipping the thing out there, just pretty much all arm. Here's one right here. Really, it's not even a completion, but the thing is they're taking a play action right here and just trying to drop a shot. And then they're going post, dig, something along those lines. And right here, if you're just looking at where this ball gets out, he's throwing it, say, from the 45-yard line, and he just rips it. Just the confidence right there just to step up and throw this thing. And he has an absolute rocket. I mean, this thing lands in the very, towards the back half of the end zone. So that's 60 yards in the air. Right there trying to throw a post. They end up getting a PI on this. But just the confidence to step up and rip this thing 60 yards. I know it's not perfect. He's kind of hopping around, doing all that stuff. His base isn't great. But right there, just the confidence and just the way that he can rip the ball down there, 60 yards. I mean, that's one of those things that the defense is going to have to stretch the field and play off right there when you have a guy that can just step up and just rip this thing 60 yards. Really impressive throw right there, just based off of athleticism and strength of his arm right there. Another look at the same throw that we saw earlier. And this one, again, people are going to say, oh, mechanics. Well, the thing about it is, I'm not really worried about mechanics. He's supposed to be a senior in high school. He's just naturally flipping this thing out there. Look, this is literally all arm. Like, there's nothing in the core, nothing in his lower body that's getting this thing out there. This is all arm, and he puts it right where you need to, where you can see it. Now he can turn it, he can get down the sideline. Now, of course, safety comes up, makes a pretty good play. We know Nebraska's defense is going to be pretty good, and they look pretty good at times, especially the first group, but right here, ripping it out there, just getting to him quickly. All it is, again, it's a point guard. It's not always perfect. Like, people talking about fundamentals with this guy are probably the same guys that are always complaining about the NBA not having enough fundamentals. When a guy's dropping 12 assists and they're saying, well, he didn't chest pass, he didn't get a great bounce pass here, he's throwing it with one. Well, he's distributing the football. He's getting to his guys out there in space. And this is one of those throws. It's only about 10 yards. But as long as you're putting some extra on and getting out quick, gives your guy a chance to make a play. This is a great throw and great timing right here. Just 1, 2, 3. Steps up, so getting a big 3. And he's just throwing a corner route against man-to-man. So right here, somewhat of a tight window. You got to keep your guy running. Throws him to the front corner of the end zone. Puts it right where you need to. I mean, the space you have to throw is pretty tight. That's not bad coverage. I mean, I wouldn't say it's very sticky coverage. But right there, he keeps his guy running away from man-to-man. And, of course, his guy makes a play right there for him. But it's one of those things. For the accuracy right there, throwing a corner route against man-to-man on the red zone goal line area. Pretty impressive right there. Good throw. Good read. Good timing right there as well. Here's play right here. Raiola play action. Trying to take a shot. Not sure what's going on. Looks like they may have a fade post. Whatever it is, trying to take a shot. I'd say, hey, probably get out of the pocket a little bit early. Could sit in there a little bit longer, but right there he starts working. And now he's feeling a little bit of pressure. And right here, this is on a 1st and 10. So right here, you're either trying to take a shot, give your guy a chance, or you got to get this ball out of your hand. And right here, we saw a lot of guys this spring just kind of hold on to the football or try to run, and they get tackled for 4 or 5 yard loss. But right here, Raiola, hey, I'm just going to rip this thing over my guy's head, throw it out of bounds, and move on right there. So I thought that's just a play that a lot of college quarterbacks weren't making. I mean, just right there, his first attempt, trying to take a shot. It's not there. No reason to take a sack right here. Get the ball out of our hands and go to a 2nd and 10. Don't make it a 2nd and 14, 15. So again, smart play right there by Raiola, just getting rid of the football. This is a really good ball here on a 3rd and 10. And it's just 4 verticals. You got a shallow right here, a vertical there outside as well. And right here, one high look. So you're looking seams. They're throwing a seam outside the hash from the far hash. So he drills this thing right where you need to, right between the safety and corner. I might slow him down a little bit, have this ball more like here so he can keep it from getting hit. But right there, just again, the aggression and the timing to throw it in that tight window on a 3rd and 10, that's a heck of a throw. And right there, the only thing I'd probably tell him, hey, we might slow him down just a little bit more So now he can protect himself because his safety could come over there and make a play, could create a collision. So you want to protect your guy right there. But on 3rd and 10, throwing a seam, basically right at the spot where you have to cut it off. So that's 21 yards. Cut off just typically against the one high look is 22 yards for those seams. You can see why. But right there, again, just the aggressive, strong arm right there by Raiola makes a play on 3rd and 10. Here's a look of a miss right here on this one. Trying to throw slants. This is on 3rd and 6. And right here, the second slant right here is the one that you're trying to hit. And right here on this one, just a little bit high and behind. Tips that thing up, gets picked there by the corner. Right here you can see just the accuracy being the issue right there. High and behind, you want to put that thing right on their body. He'll have a chance to make the catch and get the first down. Right there, obvious. Hey, just off there a little bit to the spot, ends up being turnover. This look right here, slot fade. And of course, Raiola just strides through it. You can see just how strong he is with his hips. And this is not a balloon right here. This is probably a 2-ball. There's some good pace to this football. And he hits his guy right in stride on that seam or slot fade. And right there he just runs it down. Ends up being a huge touchdown right here. And again, just see how far he actually does throw this thing when he rips it out there. So this ball is getting out right there at the 30-yard line. Comes down at the opposite 25. So right there that'd be 45 yards. Puts it right on the money. And right there, that wasn't just a balloon or anything. That wasn't just a guy throwing it way up in the air. That had some pace to it. Right there and hit his guy right in stride. Great throw. Just showing the strength right there to throw those seam slot fades. Just the natural ability right there by the quarterback is really impressive. Here's a play that a lot of teams have been running, getting into it. They got a post. He's going to go wheel right there. Looks like they're faking a screen or bubble. Something right there. You got a 7-man pro here. So you're really just trying to take this shot down, the whole shot. Whenever that corner backs up, this guy comes down and plays the screen to try to hit that whole shot. And right here, Raiola does a good job putting a little bit of air on it because he has this other backer that dropped to it. Got to get it up on over him, but you got to have enough pace to not let this corner get there to it. This gives a guy a chance to make a play. Now, is this perfect football? Not really. Window's a little bit tighter than they were probably hoping that he'd be a little bit tighter so he can just put that thing on a line right on his body. But right there has to go up and over, and the receiver makes a play for him right there. Goes up, and Nebraska's making these plays. They're going to have a chance to win a lot more games than they lose. So right there, that's a heck of a throw. Just putting it in open space, and then your guy going up and making a really good catch for you. And just a lot of people would say, man, that's a great catch. It is. It's a really good catch. But also just looks like Raiola throws a pretty catchable ball. And right here, as you see, again, looking at his footwork, he's got a wide base. He takes a little bit off, puts a little bit of trajectory on it. Great play right there by the receiver. Another look right here on a 3rd down, 3rd and 13 right here. As you're looking at Raiola's eyes, he catches it. He peeks here. I guess he sees a safety or somebody cover down. That's going backside looking at a seam. You know it's going to be a tight window. You got 8 guys in coverage, 2 high look. Looks like they're running some sort of a basic, and then a guy working right there, working that underneath coverage. And you got to put it on his body. This safety is driving hard. Great job putting it there. The DB gets there right as the ball does as well. But right there, putting it on his body. Great job here by the receiver as well, extending his hands, reaching out there and grabbing it. But just right there on 3rd and 13, getting a completion on that dig right before that safety. Now, of course, that safety's playing that tight. Now, hopefully we can double move that guy, go over the top. But right there, just to be able to get a completion against that tight coverage on a critical situation, 3rd and 13. Those are plays that Nebraska hasn't made. Everybody's talked about how they've lost those close games. It's because they don't make plays on 3rd down. That's literally the reason why you don't win close games. You don't make plays on 3rd down, and you don't make plays in the red zone goal line. So Raiola, just the talent that he has to make those plays on 3rd and long, red zone goal line, those are going to be the difference in a lot of those close games if he's the guy that I think he is. Speaking of red zone goal line, this might have been the most impressive play of the day, and they're sprinting out a play that a lot of teams are going to run. There's going to be something to the back of the end zone in a corner. There's going to be some flat route. There's going to be some kind of snag right here, trying to get a bit of a rub against man-to-man. And right here, just the athleticism on of his arm is unbelievable. I mean, look at where he ends up getting this thing out. I mean, that's right there, almost a sidearm throw. And I know all the loyalists of coming up and over are going to freak out about it. But just the natural arm strength, the flexibility, and just the way that he can rip this thing out there and still be accurate off his back foot. Because not everything's going to be perfect. I think everybody's hoping that they're going to be able to take a 7-step drop and sit there in a clean pocket and step up and rip the thing out there. But that's not the reality of it. Whenever you have a guy that's got an athletic arm, can drop arm angles and still be accurate, that's what college football and NFL has turned into in the modern age. And right there, shows it into a tight window. Right here, this angle, you can really see it. Again, dropping that arm angle, just throwing this thing. It's not perfect. This is not just a drill tape of anything, but just the athleticism of his arm. Gets it over that underneath coverage. Still beats the guy that's trying to guard him man-to-man. Puts it right on his body. I thought that was a heck of a play. And again, not trying to say that Nebraska's about to win the national championship or anything, but I think Raiola is an absolute guy. I'd called that a couple years ago after the spring game with Caleb Williams. Even though Spencer Rattler was supposed to be the starter, I said if they let Caleb Williams into the game, he's never gonna come back out because he's that good of a player, that good of an athlete. And Raiola's the same way. I mean, he's gonna be a guy that they can count on in those long yard situations that are gonna make the difference in tight games. I know Nebraska's been looking for that for years. So hopefully that can put Nebraska in the conversation for possibly playoff berth. We know their defense is going to be stout, and if they have a playmaker there at quarterback, look out. But I really appreciate you guys watching. If you got any value out of this video, please subscribe so you guys can see whenever we drop a video for the offseason, whenever we're starting to look at previews and also getting ready for the season. So subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you guys again in the next video.